All right, everybody, circle up.
From Wish TV.
Here we go.
Indy Style is Indy's only live local lifestyle program.
Everything they do is great.
You're part of it.
Talk about things that I want to know about.
Where life and style meet.
Oh, this is great.
Really great energy.
Really having a wonderful time.
The best. I love it.
Everything about him's great.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the big announcement you've all been waiting for.
This is the Indy Style Podcast.
All right, let's get right to it.
On the All Indiana Podcast Network.
From Wish TV's Indy Style, I'm Amber Hankins, and on this episode, life behind a TV screen can be quite different than reality. Wish TV beloved personality Patty Spitler gets candid.
Why choose a Sleep Number smart bed?
Can I make my site softer?
Can I make my site firmer?
Can we sleep cooler?
Sleep Number does that. Cools up to 8 times faster and lets you choose your ideal comfort on either side. Your Sleep Number setting. It's the Sleep Number biggest sale of the year. All beds on sale up to 50% off the limited edition smart bed. Plus free premium delivery with any smart bed and adjustable base. Ends Labor Day. All Sleep Number smart beds offer temperature solutions for your best sleep. Check it out at a Sleep Number store or sleepnumber.com today.
Audible's romance collection has something to satisfy every side of you. When it comes to what kind of romance you're into, you don't have to choose just one. Fancy a dalliance with a duke, or maybe a steamy billionaire. You could find a book boyfriend in the city and another one tearing it up on the hockey field. And if nothing on this earth satisfies, you can always find love in another realm. Discover modern rom-coms from authors like Lily Chu and Allie Hazelwood, the latest romantasy series from Sarah J. Maas and Rebecca Yarros, plus Regency favorites like Bridgerton and Outlander. And of course, all the really steamy stuff. Your first great love story is free when you sign up for a free 30-day trial at audible.com/Wondery. That's audible.com/Wondery.
As she details her struggle with depression and how a furry friend helped her through it. This is the Indy Style Podcast on the All Indiana Podcast Network. Oh, she is just one of my favorite ladies ever.
Go on. I'm not stopping you. Go on. More.
And continues to be the lovely Patty Spitler. Joins me on the Indy Style Podcast. Yes, Patty. It's so interesting. I'm like, am I interviewing you or are you interviewing me?
Maybe a little bit of both. Maybe that's the way.
A little bit of both.
Yeah, sure.
But you and I have talked today and sort of, I guess, bonded in a way over our love for all things books and writing and putting these pieces together.
Yes.
And you have something in the works.
Well, and you do too. And there we go. There's one of our ties at least.
Right.
I got a book coming out. It's The Story of My Life. It's Patty Spitler and the Dog Who Saved My Life. Because when I quit working at Wish TV, I have hearing loss.
Yeah.
We did that together when I was getting my cochlear and I had like 50,000 people watch it.
Yeah.
Anyway, so The Dog Who Saved My Life, and quit work here at Channel 8 doing news and entertainment December 24th of 2004. So it's been a while. And then after that, I severe depression and pills and booze and awful. I cut myself off from everyone. And then I thought, I've always had cats and other animals, but I thought now it's time to have a dog. So that's what the book is about my life then, now, and the cochlear implant type thing and how that's working.
Yeah.
So a little bit of everything with honesty and humor. I think that's very important to put humor in there. So tell me about your book.
Well, first of all, no, Patty, I'm not going to let you go past that quickly because I want to know. I mean, first of all, that's a heavy title, but in a good way. But you are open and candid and real about everything that you've gone through, which I think is really important because it allows people to relate and to understand and to say, maybe think, wow, I'm not the only one.
Well, we all make mistakes. That's one thing. If people say, oh, you're so lucky and you've interviewed celebrities and you've done this and that, and it comes at a price. Yeah. I mean, I had a marriage that didn't work. And I'll take most of the blame for it because I was traveling all the time. We didn't have no children. Yeah. And so now basically I have absolutely no family. I was an only child. They did raise me to be independent, thank God, because I have to be on my own. but it comes at a price. I mean, I work 7 days a week. I never took a vacation.
Wow.
But I did what I loved. I mean, when I came to Wish TV, I was hired as an anchor reporter. The entertainment scene just happened, and people took off on it. And then for 20 out of the 23 years, I traveled every weekend, L.A. and New York, and did movie reviews and junkets and talk to celebrities. So again, but I was, what you'll do when you get my age, you'll look back and say, how the heck did I do all that? Because you're busy all the time too.
Yeah.
And you're going to look back one day and go, how did I travel and walk through the airport in high heels like you have on? And how did I carry all those tapes? At that time we had tapes. And how did I go from one thing to another, get home at midnight and go back and be at the station by 9 the next morning on Monday? So that's part of my life. The other part is some of the health challenges I've gone through, which we all do. There's my philosophy on that is there's always something worse. I have a friend of mine who's going through some heart issues, and he's very young. I mean, 64 years old, young to have complete heart blockage. We'll do another story on that later when we have a happy ending to talk about. But it just... So whatever you have, I guess the main thing is, yes, animals help me. They love you no matter what.
Unconditionally.
They don't care if you're on TV. They don't care if you put on they don't care put on weight or you're older. They don't care about that. They love you, feed me, pet me. Good, you're perfect. And so I always loved pets, and that's helped me. And of course, my first Bernese mountain dog, Louie, he saved my life, because then I was the dog park lady. And I wasn't, Patty on TV. Tell me about a celebrity.
I think this is so important, because you being Patty on TV as a celebrity and me being Amber on TV on Indy Style, I do think there is this misconception that especially women in television, or really just people in television, life is so glamorous and life is so perfect, and she doesn't deal with this and with that. And there is some time I just want to sit down. I'm like, sit down with me for an hour and we will have a real candid talk about things I've been through in my life, about struggles I've had to go through. And sometimes I feel like when they get a glimpse of that, it's like, oh. And I think that's a reminder, though, with what you've gone through, that just because you're in this limelight, and as we see with big national celebrities, life isn't perfect.
And people are coming out more. They're more receptive to everything, diversity, different, sexuality, whatever it is that's going on. People see, because we know more about it, we seem to be more aware about it and more accepting to it, because then we realize we don't have to fit a mold. We can have green hair. We can do different things. We can have a biracial child. It's like, oh, okay. So my theory is, as long as you don't hurt anybody. I've tried not to hurt anybody on purpose. If I did, I say I'm sorry. I've tried to, and again, I think humor is important, because we all go through things. And I know there's, the other thing, social media has changed the landscape as well.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody's putting everything out there, which is fine, but I will talk about my, some health issues or struggles once in a while, but I know people do it every single day.
I know.
And I'm like, gee, come on, let's have something to smile about. Someone's got it worse than you have. Yeah, we look at people who have it better than we have, and we go, I want to be like that.
Right.
But there's always people who have it worse. I mean, so look at it, try to look at it, and it's hard to do. Try to look at it in perspective. And go, okay, I'll make the best of it that I can, and I'll smile, and they just better not get in my way.
Well, and that's what I always say too, like, be so careful not to compare yourself to people on social media. And I know that some people get frustrated because it's like all you see are these picture perfect whatever, which I understand that, and there is something about being real and kind of breaking that down from time to time. But I also say, kind of with what you were saying, no one wants to air their dirty laundry either, not on a public platform. So I think you are selective and you pick and choose, what you want to share with the world. And oftentimes when it's negative or something that you maybe don't feel comfortable with sharing, you just don't.
Well, and do what fits your personality as well. Some people, if you're sharing something negative and maybe you have a twist or a turn to it that can help somebody, okay. Maybe by putting it out there, maybe you need help. Maybe someone will contact you and say, hey, come in and talk to me. They're very open about that now. Again, things have changed a great deal. We don't all have to look like Farrah Fawcett or Marilyn Monroe or, Arnold Schwarzenegger, who, by the way, has a donkey in his house now. A donkey. And he's got a go to petpalstv.com. He's living with a donkey and a miniature pony.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Because why not? Right?
And he's a great interview too, let me tell you. He was wonderful. Yeah. One year, and I know, see, that's the other thing. I don't get offended. A lot of people, I'm offended by this, I'm offended by that. I don't get offended. Laugh it off. If you don't like it, say no, walk away. But one time when I interviewed him, I had lost some weight. I've always had this weight struggle, fatty Patty when I was in high school. Anyway, that's fine. That's what I deal with. And it's fine when you get older too. It doesn't matter. Get some stretch pants. Who cares? It's got puppy hair on anyway. Anyway, I was interviewing Arnold. I think it was for a Christmas movie, I believe. Anyway, he said, "Oh, you look great," and as I was leaving after talking to him, he reached out his hands to hold me, give me a hug, and then because he knew my first name and everything, and he went over and he kind of pulled me in, and I sat on his knee and he bounced me. Now, see, if you do that now, someone would say, and I wasn't offended. I was flattered. I was playing along with it. That's part of the game. I hope that for young people coming up now, they don't use the sense, they don't lose the sense that they can flirt. Yeah. I hope that that's still, because I know some people who have kids, younger or teenagers, and they're afraid to do anything. They're afraid to compliment a girl or a boy or whatever it is. And flirting is fun. I enjoy it. I enjoy the banter. Yeah. But again, I deal with it that way. I deal with it with humor. Yeah. I can see where if you're really shy or you're really, introspective, maybe it would hurt you, but walk away. Walk away.
I had a family member who always said, if you don't laugh, you'll cry. You need to sometimes just laugh it out. You have to find the silliness, in life. But speaking of social media too, I think that's one of the reasons, I guess I'll get to this book now.
Okay, it's your turn.
Yeah, my turn, that I wrote for my daughter. Essentially, social media, I think we see so much. Patty, I can't imagine being a tween/teen with social media these days in the latter part of grade school and high school, because the pressure is, and the comparisons are so difficult. So my daughter, who just turned 8, she has beautiful natural curly hair, and she's had it for years. Yes. And she hates it.
She hates it
because all of her friends have straight hair. And if she wants her hair straight, it's a process. I have to flat iron it. It's a whole thing. So of course, it's started a couple years ago. She talked about her hair, and I thought, as a mom, how can I try to get her to see the beauty in her curls and to love herself for the way she is?
But she may grow into that too. Just let her experiment maybe a little bit and help her what you're doing.
Which I'm doing, and that's part of what the book is all about. It's called Curly Cues Go Away. Yeah. And it's based on, if I've just named the character Avery because that's who she is, and she has a dog, Piper, Patty, in the book, even though we don't have a dog. But
I know where you get one, just ask. We'll talk about that later. Go ahead.
But she's in 2nd grade, and of course she doesn't love her curly hair because she sees all her friends who have straight hair. So she makes a wish one night for straight hair. That's what she wants. And then it does not go as planned. It goes awry. And so she makes another wish, and it still doesn't go as planned. And of course, her mom is trying to get her to see the beauty in who she is and for all that she's worth, and see how her curls are just, so special. But through the course of the book, she realizes just how wonderful they are, and she learns to embrace them. And part of that message is also allowing even kids, but grown women, but I say people of all ages. How often, Patty, and I tell this as the mother in this book to Avery, when you are wishing to be like somebody else, they're secretly wishing to be like you.
Maybe.
And we don't always know that.
Yeah.
So that's part of that message at the end of the story. You know, I feel, especially as women, we look at other women and compare ourselves thinking, oh, I wish I could have her hair. I wish I could have this. I wish I could have that. Not knowing that she wants what I have.
Yeah.
You know, and we constantly compare ourselves. So I hope that it's a message for parents and kids just to really take a look at who you are and what you have and be grateful for it, because there's so much beauty in being different.
And that's, again, that is embraced more than it used to be.
Yeah.
So, because there's all different. Everything's, especially as you mentioned, social media. That's one thing. That's maybe the good part about social media and sharing puppy pictures. But the bad part about social media is it used to be, for instance, when I was in school, if you made fun of somebody, you passed a note to one person.
Yeah.
Now they put it up on the internet, and all the other kids can see it.
It's awful.
I mean, that's horrible.
It really is. And I hear it from my daughter even.
Oh, my.
She's in 2nd grade, 8 years old.
Does she have an iPhone?
Well, no, she doesn't have a phone. She has a little play phone. But I'll tell you a quick story. So obviously I have naturally really dark hair.
You have beautiful hair.
Well,
I'm jealous.
Sweet. Thank
I want that hair.
But when I was her age, a little older, as women, we shave our legs, right? So my natural, I would have dark hair.
Not when you wear pants all the time.
Well, that's true.
You just wait.
Or during COVID, just sweatpants. Nobody sees you. I'm working from home, right? But I did. I would have really, dark hair. Yeah. And my daughter, her hair is lighter, but she's taken after me. And she comes home to me the other day, so upset, says she needs to shave her legs. I said, honey, you're only 8. You've got time for that. She's like, no, you don't understand. My friend keeps making fun of me, saying I look like like a gorilla. I look like a hairy monster. Mom, it hurts my feelings.
No, wait a minute. Is this a guy or a girl?
It's a girl. And I'm thinking, wait a minute.
2nd grade?
2nd grade.
Jeez, I was in high school. Of course, I got light hair, but...
Yeah, 8 years old. And it bothered her so much to where, I'd ask my sisters, when is too early? Can I let her do this now? And, the majority, I guess, opinion was if it bothers her that much,
I was going to say.
Maybe do an electric razor and show her how to do it, because
they
it's
have
just
all
hair.
kinds of little things
they
like
do.
Tiny
but
ones.
I just thought, wow, why are kids this way? And I know even as parents try to do their best to teach them and to guide them, they're still independent of themselves when they're, at school or at other places. And that's tough, though.
Well, they're finding themselves. That's why COVID, I think, was so bad, too, because nobody could go to school. And that's when you develop good and bad relationships and learn, what's acceptable and who you are and where do you fit in and what do you talk about. I mean, if you're sitting home with your mom and dad or just sitting home alone for a year, wow, that's. I mean, there's grades I wish I could have skipped and gone home, but it's all a learning process, and it helped to shape me, and it helps everybody. I mean, you learn where to fit in, you learn what your strengths are, you learn what your weaknesses are, but to be that isolated, it wasn't bad just for the parents. It was bad for everybody. Mm-hmm. So hopefully that.
Yeah, knock on wood. I know.
Fix down. We can all. And I'm a touchy person too. I'm immediately put my hand out, and now I have to go. Oh, wait a minute! I've had my shots. 2 shots, and put your hand out again.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I always say people need people. We need connection. We really do. And I think if there's anything, that's one thing that the pandemic has taught us for sure. But
I hope so.
And
I need people. I mean, I'm dropping by here, bothering you all the time. I'm always coming in.
We love you for it. It's so much fun, and that's what I say. Like people who have personality like you. I mean, it's all about personality and being kind and having fun, and life needs to be joyful. And I think we get caught up in so many of the little things, whether it's at home or in work or at work, that just really at the end of the day, it doesn't matter.
Well, life is short. And I know that's a catchphrase, but it is. And what's that old line about when it goes faster when you get near the end of the roll of the toilet paper? Things start going, whoa, 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 whoa. And you look back and you go, wait a minute.
Yeah.
Did I do that? What can I do? How can I make it better? Again, we're all going to make mistakes. Do the best that you can. Things change. Try to adapt to it. Try to use your sense of humor or your personality or whatever strengths that you have, and let your flaws go by. That's just. or else you're going to just beat yourself up every day, and it's not worth it.
It's not worth it.
No, it's not worth it at all. But you have to learn that. Again, I was an only child. I remember, here's a quick story for you. Mrs. Boroff in second grade called my parents and said, and they had to go in and they talked to her. She says, there's something wrong with Patty. Hey, that could be the name of my next book. Says, there's something wrong with Patty because she won't sit with the other kids in the reading circle. So when we used to have to all sit around in a circle and read, and I would go sit by myself a little. Well, I'm an only child. I didn't have that many friends because I always gravitated toward the adults because that's who I hung around with.
Yeah, no, I understand.
So kids seemed a little loud and nasty to me. I'm like,
obnoxious.
So there's something wrong with Patty because she won't sit with the other kids. And they just said that's just the way she is. So they did not put pressure on me to change. But I heard about it. I'm like, what was I doing wrong? I didn't know I was doing anything wrong. I thought sitting alone is okay.
Yeah.
So, again, make the most of it. Hopefully my parents did understand that. And I didn't get punished for it. But everybody else saw it as a problem. She doesn't like other children. Well, there you go. I guess I'll get another puppy.
Just keep those puppies coming.
Puppies and kittens coming. Yeah.
Well, and speaking of puppies, let everybody know, what can we know about your book if perhaps we want to follow your journey or eventually get a copy? Just stay tuned for details.
Stay tuned. Well, we're hoping to have it out in the fall. Rita Rose is the editor, so it's stories that I told her, and then she wrote them down. And we made it, it's not too long. It's got some pictures in, celebrities people want to see. Open about some of my struggles and also some of especially my hearing loss, which when I did finally have to retire from Wish TV doing the news, well, one thing is you just have to wear an IFB, inner fold back.
Right.
So I always say when fatal fire sounds like flat tire, it's time to get out. See, now everybody knows it. I have people come up and say, oh, I have the Patty disease. It's Meniere's disease. But I got the Patty. So most people who have hearing loss, as I did, you try to hide it because it affects your work.
Yeah.
Hearing loss affects going out. It affects your relationships. It affects work. It affects every aspect of your life. So try to be open about that. Get your hearing checked. It's very important. I want children to get their hearing checked as well. The earlier, and they can't make the decision for themselves, you have to help make them decision. And you need, if the baby's born with hearing loss, learn about it and try to help before the age of 3, because that's when your mind goes, oh, that's why I'm going to talk. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. I'm not against sign language, but I'm just saying the technology is there that most 9 out of 10 kids can be helped with either cochlear, even they do it with young babies, and to hearing aids, but the adults have to be on board. If it has to be a family decision. So get your hearing checked and try to accept life and do the best you can.
Do the best you can.
I mean, and if you're not perfect, don't worry, because your puppy thinks you're perfect. So,
and at the end of the day, that's all you really need. They're going to love you no matter what.
It's worked for me. I found out what I enjoy. I do volunteer now for everything that I do on TV. I have 2 shows, and Great Day TV, Pet Pals TV, and Always Dropping By and Bothering Amber on Indy style. So that's fun to do. And it's just, that's what I can do when people go, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you for doing that story. Yeah. Thank you for doing this. Thank you for sharing your information on puppies in the 4th of July. Thank you. That's my payment. Yeah. I learned how to downsize. I call it right sizing. The days of the Corvette and the boated Geist are gone. I did that, and I was proud I did it, but I don't need that now. So be also, as you age and grow up, I didn't say grow old, or grow up, take what you learn, use it as a foundation, maybe build something else on it. You can't do exactly the same thing, but maybe you can use it. Maybe you can be a teacher. Maybe you can learn how to help other people with if you have a passion for something, see if you can share that and then help other folks. And then that makes you happy. So it's a win-win.
Right.
And don't think everything has to be the same. I know so many people, when they retire or they quit work or they're fired, they want to keep that presence up of the life they had before. Sell the darn house it's too big. Go do something smaller. You don't need to wear a different outfit every day. You don't need, learn what's important to you, and then try to make sensible decisions. And then you don't care what your neighbor says. Phooey.
Yeah.
As long as you just thumb your nose or something else.
Mm-hmm. Don't sweat that small stuff, right? Forget about the little things.
Don't sweat the small stuff. I always say I'm a lucky old broad, so I feel I've made some bad decisions and I made some good decisions. And if you're not mentioned in the book, it's probably because I didn't have anything really nice to say about you. I tried to leave out anybody that really I think hurt me because what's a word? You did that to me. So what? Move on. So I tried to keep it positive.
I love learning from you. I love talking to you. And we appreciate your time. So this might be one of my longest podcasts. But
how long is it?
Like 24 minutes.
Really? Shoot. And I told you I didn't like to talk about myself, and here I am going blah, 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 blah.
No.
Okay, now before you go, you have to sign my book.
Oh, I'll get more. This one's
okay.
Mine,
You'll get one,
but I'll get more. But on that note, I should have them in very, very soon. I know a lot of people have been asking, but I'm trying to get it set up online to where everybody can just like click and purchase, and there you go, making it easy, making it simple.
And then I'm coming to your house.
Yes.
You're going to let me in.
I will let you in.
And I'm going to have a photographer. We're going to sit down. We're going to talk about your book with your kids there.
I love that. I think Avery would love to talk about it as well.
And then we'll put it on Great Day TV.
There you go. I love it. Positive books, positive messages, and hopefully helping out people. I think that's what it's all about.
Positive
That's
Patty.
what we do. Positive Patty. Patty, thank you so much. It's been a pleasure as always, and hopefully they'll let us do this again soon.
Oh, again? Okay.
All right. Thanks, Patty.
Thank you, Amber.
Indy Style is Indy's only live and local lifestyle show. We shine the spotlight on local businesses and brands and what's happening in our communities. We have things like healthy dishes and healthy living, movies and music, to things like arts and entertainment. So discover something new every day. Indy Style covers it all. Live weekday mornings at 10 a.m. on Wish TV, and every week with, of course, the Indy Style podcast. Discover new episodes every Friday from the All Indiana Podcast Network, and of course, wherever you get your podcasts.
Watch Indy Style weekday mornings at 10 a.m. on Wish TV. Follow Indy Style on Facebook and connect for even more at wishtv.com.
This concludes our broadcast day.
For even more great podcasts, go to allindianapodcastnetwork.com.